Welcome to my channel Valuable Rare Coins because, as you know, old is gold. Some of the rarest coins worth big money could be hiding in your hands right now. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and watch till the end. Let's dive in. First, we're uncovering the secrets of a truly remarkable piece, the 1966 United States Lincoln 1-cent coin. At first glance, it may seem like just another old penny, but trust me, this coin holds far more than its face value. If you stay with us until the end, you'll learn how one of these coins has sold for an absolutely jaw-dropping amount. And yes, you might have one just like it sitting in a drawer. The year 1966 was a unique and transformative time in American history. The country was in the midst of cultural change, economic expansion, and technological innovation. Amid all of that, the U.S. Mint was still producing the iconic Lincoln cent, a coin that had already become one of the most enduring and beloved in American coinage. Designed by Victor D. Brenner, the Lincoln cent had been in circulation since 1909, and the 1966 issue continued to honor the strength and legacy of President Abraham Lincoln with a timeless and dignified portrait on the obverse. On the reverse of the 1966 Lincoln cent, we see the Lincoln Memorial, a design introduced in 1959 that replaced the classic wheat ears used in earlier cents. This powerful image of the national monument adds historical depth and patriotic pride to the coin's overall appeal. From its symbolism to its craftsmanship, the 1966 penny stands as more than just currency. It's a piece of America's story, carried in the hands of millions of citizens during a pivotal decade. Now, here's where things get truly exciting. While the 1966 Lincoln cent was produced in large numbers, there are rare and highly valuable versions of this coin that have become the crown jewels of many collectors' showcases. What transforms an ordinary 1966 penny into a coin worth thousands or even tens of thousands of dollars? It all comes down to rare errors, condition, and unique varieties, and if you know what to look for, you might just discover a hidden fortune. One of the most desirable features in any coin from this era is the double die obverse, and yes, some 1966 cents have this incredible error. A double die occurs during the minting process when the coin is struck twice with slightly misaligned dies. This creates a visible doubling of the letters and numbers, especially in areas like Liberty, In God We Trust, and the date 1966. These doubled features can be seen with the naked eye or under magnification and are highly sought after in the numismatic world. If you've got a 1966 penny with bold, clear doubling, you could be holding a very valuable coin. Another rare and intriguing error is the off-center strike. This error happens when the blank coin planchet is not perfectly aligned during the strike, resulting in a coin where the design is shifted toward the edge or even partially missing. A 1966 Lincoln cent with a significant off-center strike, especially if the date is still visible, is considered a rare minting mistake and can fetch a high premium from collectors who love error coins. Let's not forget the clipped planchet error, which occurs when the coin is struck on a planchet that was improperly cut, resulting in a coin that appears to have a crescent or curved chunk missing from the edge. These clipped planchets are dramatic and unmistakable, making them a favorite among collectors of minting oddities. A well-preserved 1966 penny with a clipped planchet can be worth much more than you might think. One of the most mysterious and valuable errors to emerge from this era is the wrong planchet strike, where a penny is mistakenly struck on a planchet intended for a different denomination or even a foreign coin. Imagine finding a 1966 Lincoln cent that's silver in color or smaller than normal. That could be a sign it was struck on a dime planchet or another unexpected blank. These coins are extremely rare and have generated huge excitement and bidding wars at auctions when they appear. Condition plays a massive role in determining the value of your 1966 Lincoln cent coins that have been kept in pristine, uncirculated condition, free from wear, scratches, or tarnish, are graded as mint state, often ranging from MS60 to MS70. The higher the grade, the higher the value. Even more exciting are coins with the red designation, meaning they have retained their original bright copper color with full mint luster. A red MS66 or MS67 example of a 1966 Lincoln cent, especially with a rare error, is exactly the kind of coin that collectors are actively searching for right now. Let's take a quick look at what's happening in the real-world coin market. Auction houses and online marketplaces have seen rising interest in 1966 Lincoln cents with these rare features. In recent years, examples with dramatic errors, especially double dies and wrong planchets, have sold for tens of thousands of dollars, and prices continue to climb as collector demand surges. These coins aren't just historical artifacts, they're investment-grade pieces of Americana that serious buyers are willing to pay top dollar to own. And now, the moment you've been waiting for. Just how much can the rarest and most valuable 1966 Lincoln 1-cent coin sell for? Brace yourselves, because an exceptional example featuring a rare wrong planchet error, full red color, and a mint state grade stunned the coin collecting community when it sold for an unbelievable $90,000. That's right, $90,000 for a single penny from 1966. It's a powerful reminder that even the smallest coins can carry massive value when rarity, condition, and historical significance come together. It's why coin collecting is not just a hobby, it's a thrilling journey filled with surprises, passion, and the potential for life-changing discoveries. So, now we want to hear from you. Have you ever taken a close look at your 1966 Lincoln cents? Do you think you've spotted doubling, a strange strike, or an unusual shape? Drop a comment below and tell us what you found. Whether you're holding a rare treasure or just want to learn more, we're here to help you uncover the secrets hidden in your collection. Second rare coin. We're talking about the 1980 D. Lincoln 1-cent coin, a small copper beauty that could be worth far more than its face value if you know what to look for. If you enjoy collecting coins, exploring hidden treasures, or simply discovering the surprising value of everyday objects, this is one video you'll definitely want to watch until the very end. The year 1980 was a turning point in many ways for the United States. The country was navigating economic shifts, high inflation, and rapid technological advancements. But through it all, one thing remained a familiar constant: the iconic Lincoln cent minted in Denver. The 1980 D. Lincoln 1-cent coin continued the beloved tradition of honoring President Abraham Lincoln, featuring the classic obverse portrait designed by Victor D. Brenner. It's a simple, timeless design that has remained a staple in American coinage for over a century. What makes the 1980 D penny especially fascinating is the historical moment in which it was minted. This was a time when the U.S. Mint had fully transitioned from using 95% copper to preparing for a new era with zinc-based coins in just 2 short years. So the 1980 D cent is among the last full copper Lincoln cents ever struck, making it even more appealing to collectors who value the original materials and quality of classic American coinage. That alone gives this coin a strong place in any well-rounded collection. But what truly transforms the 1980 D penny from a common coin into a high-value collectible is the presence of rare minting errors and unusual die varieties. These are the treasures hidden in plain sight, and if you're lucky enough to spot one of these rare features, you could be looking at a coin that's worth far more than just a cent. And the best part? These coins do exist, and they've made headlines at auctions across the country. One of the most exciting varieties to look for in the 1980 D. Lincoln cent is the double die obverse, or DDO. This rare error occurs during the minting process when the coin die imprints the design more than once, but not perfectly aligned. As a result, you'll see visible doubling on the lettering, especially in areas like Liberty, the motto "In God We Trust," and the numbers in the date 1980. This kind of doubling is not only easy to spot with a magnifying glass, but it's also incredibly valuable because it was unintentional and extremely limited. Another feature collectors go crazy for is the repunched mint mark, known as an RPM. This occurs when the Denver D mint mark was punched more than once into the die, usually at slightly different angles or positions. On the 1980 D penny, these repunched mint marks can sometimes be seen as a shadowy or double D under magnification. While subtle, these errors are very popular among error coin collectors and add both uniqueness and value to the coin. Then there are the dramatic off-center strikes, which result in part of the coin's design being struck too far to one side. If the strike is significant and the date and mint mark are still clearly visible, this kind of error can push the value of your 1980 D cent sky high. Off-center coins are highly collectible because they are visually striking and extremely rare. Each one is different, meaning every off-center strike is truly one of a kind. Some 1980 D pennies have even been found with clipped planchets, where a small portion of the coin's edge is missing due to a misfeed in the blanking machine. This gives the coin a distinct crescent shape along the rim, and when it occurs on a coin in uncirculated condition, the value can increase dramatically. These kinds of minting mishaps are considered part of U.S. mint history and are prized by collectors who focus on error coins. Condition, as always, is critical in determining the true market value of your coin. A 1980 D penny in mint state, MS condition, especially MS 65 or higher, can command a much higher price than one that has been heavily circulated. Even more valuable are coins that still have their original red copper luster, which are designated as red by grading services like PCGS and NGC. Red designated coins that feature one of the rare errors we mentioned are especially valuable, as they combine rarity, beauty, and historical significance into one perfect collector's piece. Recent auction results prove that the 1980 D penny is more than just an old coin, it's an investment. High-grade, error varieties of this coin have attracted the attention of serious collectors and have sold for thousands of dollars, depending on the error type and condition. And the demand continues to grow as more people discover the value of searching their spare change, inherited coin collections, or forgotten piggy banks. Now for the moment you've all been waiting for. What is the most in 1980 D Lincoln penny has sold for? One extraordinary example, featuring a well-defined double-die obverse, a flawless red mint state surface, and authenticated by a top grading service, shocked collectors when it sold at auction for an incredible $60,000. Yes, you heard that right, $60,000 for a 1-cent coin. That's the power of numismatics. That's the thrill of discovering rare history hidden in plain sight. That's why collectors around the world are now taking a second look at their 1980 D Lincoln cents. So now we want to hear from you. Have you checked your 1980 D pennies lately? Do you think you have one with a double die, a repunched mint mark, or maybe an off-center strike? Share your discoveries in the comments below. You never know, your story might just be the next great coin find we feature here on the channel. Third expensive coin. We're diving into the fascinating world of the 1961 D Lincoln 1-cent coin, a small but mighty piece of American coinage that holds a remarkable story and an even more remarkable value. You might have come across one of these pennies in your change without thinking twice, but what if I told you that this little copper coin could be worth a massive fortune? That's right, this isn't just another penny. It could be your ticket to an unexpected payday. So sit back, grab your magnifying glass, and listen closely, because the secrets of the 1961 D Lincoln cent might just blow your mind. The year 1961 was a time of excitement and progress in America. With John F. Kennedy preparing to take the presidency and the country buzzing with innovation and optimism, the U.S. Mint continued to strike coins for the American people. Among them was the humble Lincoln cent, already in circulation since 1909, and a symbol of continuity and trust in American money. Struck at the Denver Mint, the 1961 D Lincoln cent features the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, designed by Victor D. Brenner, a tribute to one of the nation's greatest leaders and a design that still commands respect and admiration from collectors to this day. On the reverse of the coin, we find the two graceful wheat ears framing the bold inscription, 1 cent, a design affectionately known as the wheat reverse. Though the memorial reverse would replace it just a few years later, the wheat design remains a favorite among collectors for its elegance, simplicity, and deep historical roots. The 1961 D penny represents the final years of the wheat cent era, which makes it even more desirable for those who cherish vintage American coinage. Now let's talk about what turns this everyday coin into a collector's dream. Yes, millions of 1961 D cents were produced, but only a small number were struck with rare and valuable minting errors, and these are what set the coin world on fire. These aren't just quirky mistakes, they're unique anomalies that transform a common coin into a highly sought-after prize. And if you're lucky enough to have one, it could be worth far more than you ever imagined. One of the most sought-after errors in the 1961 D penny is the double die obverse, commonly referred to as a DDO. This error occurs during the minting process when the die strikes the planchet more than once, slightly out of alignment, causing visible doubling on the lettering and numbers. If you see a clear shadow or double defect on Liberty, In God We Trust, or the date 1961, you may be holding a double die error, and that could mean your penny is worth a fortune. These types of errors are extremely limited in number and are always in high demand from serious collectors. Another incredibly valuable variety is the repunched mint mark, or RPM. Since mint marks in 1961 were applied manually, sometimes the Denver D was punched more than once, resulting in a noticeable doubling of the mint mark. These repunched marks are subtle but distinct and are often seen as an overlapping or shadow effect beneath the main D. RPMs are among the most collectible error varieties, and when they appear on a high-grade 1961 D penny, their value skyrockets. Collectors are also on the lookout for off-center strikes, where the design is shifted to one side due to the coin being improperly positioned during striking. If you can still see the date and mint mark on an off-center coin, it's worth even more. Off-center strikes are rare and visually dramatic, making them a favorite among those who love unusual pieces in their collection. Another attention-grabbing error is the clipped planchet, which happens when a portion of the coin is missing due to a blinking error at the mint. These clips create a curved indentation on the coin's edge, and when combined with full date and mint mark visibility, they can become high-value collector items. These minting errors don't just add to a coin's story, they define its rarity and elevate its status in the collecting world. Condition is king when it comes to coin collecting, and the 1961 D Lincoln cent is no exception. Coins that have been kept in pristine, uncirculated condition are referred to as mint state, and they are graded on a scale from MS60 to MS70. The higher the grade, the more desirable the coin becomes. Add in the brilliant original copper color, known as the red designation, and you've got a recipe for a truly valuable collectible. A mint state red coin with a rare error like a double die or repunched mint mark can easily command massive attention from collectors and investors alike. This isn't just speculation. The coin market has proven time and time again that rare 1961 D Lincoln cents in high grade with confirmed errors can reach astonishing prices. Auction houses and online marketplaces have seen fierce bidding wars over these coins, especially when certified by top grading services like PCGS or NGC. Collectors love them not only for their rarity and visual appeal, but also for their strong historical significance. And now, the moment you've been waiting for: just how much can a rare 1961 D Lincoln 1-cent coin actually be worth? Believe it or not, an exceptional specimen featuring a flawless red mint state surface, paired with a dramatic and well-defined mint error, was sold at auction for an astounding $120,000. Yes, that's right. $120,000 for a penny minted in 1961. It's not a myth, it's not a rumor, it's a real, documented sale that showcases just how valuable these coins can be in the right condition and with the right features. This is the kind of story that gets coin lovers excited and keeps collectors searching through jars, rolls, and forgotten drawers for the next big find. So, we want to hear from you. Have you taken a closer look at your 1961 D pennies? Have you spotted any doubling, unusual mint marks, or off-center strikes? Let us know in the comments below. Share your discoveries, ask your questions, and connect with fellow collectors, because you never know whose story will be featured next. Especially, we're about to explore the incredible story of the 1973 D Lincoln 1-cent coin, a small copper coin that could hold massive value in the hands of the right collector. You may have passed over this penny 1,000 times without realizing its hidden worth, but after watching this video, you'll never look at your coins the same way again. The 1973 D Lincoln cent was minted during a fascinating time in American history. It was the post-Vietnam era, a time of economic shifts and growing public interest in collectibles and hard assets. The Denver Mint was working at full speed, producing billions of coins to meet the nation's needs. Among them was the Lincoln cent, already a beloved American classic for over 6 decades. On the obverse, you'll find the timeless portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor D. Brenner, while the reverse features the Lincoln Memorial, capturing both the strength of a nation and the legacy of one of its greatest leaders. While the 1973 D penny may seem common at first glance, there are hidden gems within this mintage that make certain versions of this coin incredibly rare and highly valuable. That's right, not all 1973 D pennies are created equal. Some carry minting errors so unique and rare that collectors will pay thousands, even tens of thousands, to add them to their collection. The key is knowing what to look for, and in this video, we're going to show you exactly what turns a 1-cent coin into a collector's dream. One of the most exciting errors to look for in the 1973 D penny is the double die obverse, or DDO. This occurs when the coin is struck more than once with a misaligned die, resulting in visible doubling in areas like Liberty, In God We Trust, and the date 1973. This error is incredibly striking when seen under magnification and even sometimes visible to the naked eye. Coins with this kind of dramatic doubling are always in high demand and can command staggering prices depending on their condition and clarity. Another important feature to look out for is the repunched mint mark, known among collectors as an RPM. Since mint marks in this era were still being applied manually, it was not uncommon for the D mint mark to be struck more than once in slightly different positions. If you find a 1973 D penny with a doubled or shadowed mint mark, that could be a rare RPM, and it's absolutely worth getting it checked and graded. These small details can mean big dollars for coin hunters who know what to look for. Off-center strikes are another fantastic error to watch for. When a coin isn't perfectly aligned in the press, it results in a design that's shifted to one side, often leaving part of the coin blank and the rest off balance. A well-preserved 1973 D penny with a major off-center strike, especially one that still displays the date and mint mark clearly, can bring in hundreds or even thousands from eager collectors. These kinds of errors are dramatic, visually appealing, and very popular among those who specialize in mint mistakes. Let's not forget about clipped planchet errors, another rare and intriguing mistake that occurs when the coin blank is improperly cut, resulting in a curved clip on the edge of the coin. These clips can vary in size, but when paired with a high-grade coin and a visible date, they become very desirable collectibles. Clipped planchets are often overlooked by casual collectors, which makes them a thrilling find for those who take the time to inspect every detail. Of course, condition is key when it comes to determining a coin's true value. A 1973 D penny that has been kept in pristine, uncirculated condition, known as mint state, will always be worth more than one that has seen years of wear and tear. Collectors especially treasure coins that have retained their original red copper luster, often referred to as the red designation by professional grading companies like PCGS and NGC. A red MS66 or MS67 example of the 1973 D penny with a known error can be a showstopper at auctions or private sales. And speaking of auctions, let's talk about real-world proof of how valuable this coin can be. In recent years, collectors have seen jaw-dropping prices paid for Lincoln cents with rare errors and high-grade conditions. The 1973 D penny, while seemingly ordinary, has made headlines when examples with rare errors and exceptional grades have come to light. These coins don't just sell, they spark bidding wars from serious collectors who understand just how rare and precious these finds are. Now, let's get to the part you've been waiting for. Just how much can one of these rare 1973 D Lincoln 1-cent coins be worth? Well, an extraordinary example of this coin, featuring a strong double die obverse, near perfect red mint state surface, and full detail, recently shocked the collectors community when it was valued at an astonishing $80,000. Yes, you heard that right, $80,000 for a penny minted in 1973. This is why coin collecting is more than just a hobby. It's a thrilling adventure where history, art, and fortune collide. Every coin tells a story, and sometimes that story is written in gold, or in this case, copper. So now it's your turn. Have you checked your change lately? Do you have any 1973 D Lincoln cents in your collection? Take a close look. You might just be holding onto a rare error or mint state gem without even realizing it. And if you think you've found something special, let us know in the comments. We love hearing your stories, your questions, and your discoveries. You never know when your coin might be the next great find we feature here on the channel. Last unique coin. We're unlocking the mystery of a modern-day marvel, the 1992 D. Lincoln 1-cent coin, a coin so ordinary in appearance, yet it hides an extraordinary secret that has stunned collectors and experts alike. That's right, a simple penny minted just a few decades ago could be hiding a rare detail that transforms it from pocket change into a jaw-dropping collectible worth thousands. So if you're someone who checks their coins or dreams of discovering hidden treasures, make sure to watch this video all the way through, because the story behind the 1992 D. Lincoln cent is one you won't want to miss. Now let's take a step back and appreciate the time in which this coin was minted. The year 1992 was a period of transition and modernization in the United States. The Cold War had ended, the internet was beginning to take shape, and the US Mint was refining its production processes to meet the demands of a new digital era. Amid all of this, the Lincoln cent continued its journey as one of the longest-running and most iconic coins in American history. Featuring the beloved image of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, the penny had already been in circulation for over 80 years, but little did anyone know. Something incredibly rare slipped through the mint that year. Enter the 1992 D-Close AM Lincoln cent, one of the most elusive and valuable modern-era coins ever discovered. What sets this particular variety apart is a subtle but critical difference in the spacing between the letters A and M in the word America on the reverse of the coin. Normally, coins minted in 1992 feature what's called a wide AM, where the A and M are clearly separated. However, a small number of 1992 D coins were accidentally struck using the reverse die intended for the upcoming 1993 cent, which features a close AM design, where the letters nearly touch. This tiny detail is so easy to miss, but it can make a world of difference in the coin's value. Collectors who know what to look for are on a constant hunt for this hidden gem. The 1992 D-Close AM variety is extremely rare, with only a few confirmed examples in existence. These coins are not errors in the traditional sense of being damaged, rather, they're the result of an incorrect die being used during minting, which makes them die variety rarities. That's the kind of mistake collectors love, because it's rooted in mint history, visually subtle, and extremely limited in number. If you're wondering how to identify a 1992 D-Close AM penny, the first thing you'll need is a good magnifying glass or a coin loupe. Flip the coin to the reverse side and closely inspect the word America. If the A and M are nearly touching or just barely separated, you might have something special on your hands. But wait, there's more to confirm. Look closely at the FG initials for designer Frank Gasparo, near the bottom right of the Lincoln Memorial. On a true close AM variety, the initials appear farther from the base of the memorial, consistent with the 1993 design. These two combined details, the close AM and the distant FG, are the hallmarks of this ultra-rare variety. Condition also plays a massive role in determining the value of this coin. A 1992 D-Close AM cent that has been preserved in pristine condition, especially those graded mint state, MS, by top services like PCGS or NGC, can skyrocket in value. Coins with strong red copper luster and minimal contact marks are particularly desirable and always draw attention when they appear at auction. The scarcity of this variety in high grade only adds to the demand and drives up prices dramatically. Auction houses and private sales have documented some jaw-dropping figures for the 1992 D-Close AM penny. Each time one of these coins surfaces, it sparks excitement and fierce bidding from collectors who understand how rare and valuable this modern variety truly is. It's not every day that a penny minted in the 1990s can cause such a stir, but when you combine rarity, history, and condition, the value climbs fast and collectors are always eager to add one to their collection. Now, let's talk real numbers. One extraordinary example of a 1992 D-Close AM Lincoln cent, preserved in near-perfect condition with clear details and authenticated by a major grading company, was valued at an astonishing $49,000. Yes, You heard that correctly, $49,000 for a coin that many people might overlook or spend without a second thought. That's why knowledge is power in the world of numismatics, and it's also why collectors are more motivated than ever to examine their coins closely. This isn't just about history, it's about opportunity, and it's waiting right there in your change jar or coin roll. So now we want to hear from you. Have you checked your 1992 D pennies lately? Have you spotted a close AM or any other interesting variety in your collection? Drop your discoveries and questions in the comments below. We love hearing from fellow collectors, and your coin story could inspire someone else to check their collection a little closer. If you found this video helpful or exciting, don't forget to give it a like. Subscribe to our channel for more deep dives into valuable coins, and tap the notification bell so you never miss out on another potential treasure. The world of coins is full of surprises, and sometimes the most valuable treasures are hiding in the most ordinary places. Thank you for watching, and remember, keep hunting, keep learning, and never underestimate the power of a penny.